A lot of you guys are hearing people on the internet talk about the art of not giving a fuck, but they never go into how to not give a fuck. They never break down the awakening that it takes for you to be liberated in order for you to be unbothered. In today's video, I'm going to give you some reasons and some awakenings as to why certain people in this world are unbothered and they genuinely do not give a fuck. I'm not talking about you're pretending. I'm not talking about you putting on an act. I'm talking about you're in a state of mind naturally where you do not give a shit. This mindset will liberate you and it will cause a sense of freedom inside of you to be who you are without with being unapologetic about it. The perfect example of a person that is unbothered is Deion Sanders. You guys look at his interviews whenever he's losing. You look at the interviews whenever they go out on the field and people are chanting at him and people are doing all types of different things to try to get his attention. Do you guys notice, and I'm using Deion as an example because he's the most popular thing in the sports realm right now, but do you guys ever acknowledge the fact that when he's walking around on the field, when he's hearing all these different types of things, when he's in enemy territory at an away game outside of Colorado, he seems unbothered, straight-faced, stoic. He's used to it. He's played a whole career. But I'm going to tell you why he acts that way and how you can act that way as well. It takes a while for you to fully grasp these concepts, but you can get to this level. And really, every man should get to this level at some point, and I think every man will. You just get to it at different ages. You see BS for what it is, and then finally you choose to break out of it and do something about it, whether it's in your 20s, but most guys get it in their 40s and 50s when they get into families, because I hear these guys talk about this issue on a consistent basis. So one of the awakenings that these people have is confidence. Now that's obvious. That's an obvious one. These people have confidence in themselves, but why do they have confidence in themselves? Their confidence stems from their achievements. They've accomplished something. They went out into the world and proved the naysayers wrong. They've beaten the odds. This is where their accomplishments come from. They're consistent. They're disciplined. They've achieved certain accomplishments like the best in the company. They've achieved Hall of Fame status. They've achieved Pro Bowl status on a consistent basis. They have a track record of being good. So just that validation of your peers through awards gives you a sense of a confidence, of self-esteem, of self-belief. They know who they are and they know who they are not. Deion Sanders said in his motivational clips on Instagram, he's like, hey, I'm just a guy that was God-given ability to play football, but you guys might have it in something else. We all have talents in individual skill sets that are used in specific arenas. I'm better at public speaking, so I'm on YouTube. I probably wouldn't flourish being a janitor. I probably wouldn't flourish being a blue collar worker, right? You guys have to know who you are and stick to your guns, because if you're not being who you are, you've now moved into a space where you are now delusional. Now, the next few things are just about people in general, right? We got the confidence. It comes from inside. It comes from validation of others. It comes from your self-belief. You beating the odds. You withstanding the hard times and persevering. All these different types of things, right? Now we get to the real awakenings. And hit the like button if you guys enjoyed this video so far. People always got something to say, man. They always got something to say. Have you guys noticed throughout your lives, whenever you try to have a goal, to try to have an accomplishment, to have a big dream, and you tell people that what your plans are and how you're going to achieve it, they instantly envy it and they instantly talk you out of it. 9 times out of 10. Nothing is ever enough for them. So the thing that you develop is you're like, bro, I gotta just keep this shit to myself because people are gonna try to talk me out of your dreams. Now, the next stage of that is you're in your dreams, you're trying and you're struggling in the beginning. People are still talking mess. But there's an individual that sees what you're doing and says, hey, you know what? You're doing pretty good. I like this content, man. I appreciate this content, this daily dose of reality. So you got one person saying you ain't shit, and you got another person saying that they like the content. Who's right? That person's right. Somebody's actually getting value from it, right? And that's when you realize people are going to say something regardless. So negate the haters and just keep going. The next 2 things are critical for you to get this mindset down. People ain't shit, man. Let's just keep it a buck. People leave you whenever you're losing and they show back up when you're winning. You could have a good trajectory. You could get to the top of the mountain. Once you lose one time, people throw their tomatoes at you. People discredit you. People throw you to the wolves. They forget all the good things you did. They forget that all the hard times that you had to deal with. The times you were depressed and crying and you lost your mother and you still had to keep going. Winning is the only time they seem to show up. People aren't very loyal, are they? Loyalty is something that has to be displayed in action. It has to be displayed for the human eye to see on a consistent basis. This is why some rappers have figured it out. They're like, hey, I would rather have loyalty than love. Because people can say I love you and then do some hateful shit. This is one of the critical mindsets that you recognize with people that's going to change your perception of life in the world and to focus on your goals ultimately with intensity. Lastly, no matter how much good you do, you're always the villain in somebody else's story. Have you guys done something for somebody and they still resented you for it? They still forget all the good things you did. Just that one bad thing that you did to them crosses out the whole other 5 things you did. You might have helped somebody out financially, and then they still talk about you like you ain't shit. So guys, you don't have a choice at this point. Your only choice is to sing to the beat of your own drum. Dance to the beat of your own drum. That's the only choice you have, because if you're looking for outside validation, people are going to show up when you win. But what if you stop playing the game? People forget about Tom Brady now, since he just retired. They forgot. So you're going to have to double down and focus on the people that are really down for you, your very close friends and family, and ultimately yourself, because that's the only person that's responsible for your happiness in the end. That's my video. You guys like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you like the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one, man. Peace. Have a good day, good week. Appreciate you watching to the end. Peace.